good morning. I'm Isabel Salgado.
And I'm Sean O'Neill. Welcome to this episode of the NN Update.
Everyone loves popular pets like cats and dogs, but very few people appreciate the smaller varieties of pets, especially rabbits, guinea pigs, and birds. Reporter Olivia Speiser heads to the Boston MSPCA to learn how they're getting those little guys a new home.
The Boston MSPCA has been a safe haven for abused, neglected, and abandoned pets for decades, taking in animals of all varieties from cats and dogs to birds and rats, even once caring for a serval. However, the animals in most need are the ones people don't even realize are there, small animals, especially guinea pigs and rabbits.
We are challenged even more so over the last couple of years with the numbers of small animals, in particular rabbits and guinea pigs, being surrendered to our shelters.
MSPCA Director of Adoption Centers and Programs, Michael Kiley, is passionate about the adoption and proper care of these small animals, which make up about 30% of the animals at the shelter, but have a significantly harder time finding homes than more popular animals like dogs and cats. From September 24th through the 25th, the shelter held its Fall in Love event, where all adoption fees for rabbits, guinea pigs, and birds were waived.
Without doing events like this to either raise awareness that people could adopt animals like rabbits and guinea pigs from a shelter, most people think only cats and dogs, but also to facilitate adoptions into new homes to try to keep our capacity to a more manageable number.
The shelter's large intake of guinea pigs and rabbits is primarily thanks to parents irresponsibly purchasing them as deceptively simple starter pets for their kids, assuming that they'll have an interest in their care for the rest of the animals' lives, which can be 8 years for guinea pigs and 10 for rabbits, and then getting rid of them when their children get bored.
People don't realize that guinea pigs pee more than any animal I've ever met in my entire life, or that rabbits are far more social and than they realize, and are more like cats and dogs in their social needs than they are like hamsters and gerbils.
Although there was a lot to learn about when deciding to adopt, the MSPCA is always happy to help and answer questions, and the effort required to maintain a small animal's health and happiness is well worth the reward. The relationship guinea pigs and rabbits form with their owners can be as beautiful and fulfilling as any other pet.
The most joyful part is having somebody's life be better. And the animal's life being better as a result of connecting the two. When you see somebody caring for a rabbit, it's no different than the way that I think about caring for my cat or dog. And same thing with a bird. Everybody has that relationship and what appeals to them. And when that relationship is built on a solid foundation, then it's good for the animal, it's good for the person.
If you are unable to adopt but still want to get involved in small animal rescue, shelters everywhere are in desperate need for volunteers wanting to help care for small animals and birds. All animals deserve a home, and people's willingness to learn about, care for, and love small animals will give them the full and happy lives they deserve. For NNTV, this is Olivia Speiser.
It's so great to see all those furry friends getting adopted.
With the fall athletic postseason in full force, Newton North's unified basketball team brings students throughout the school together with a shared love for the sport. Reporter Isabel Salgado brings us behind the bench to learn more about the team.
Newton North's large athletic community aims to embrace students of all abilities. Unified Basketball, coached by Mr. Whelan and Miss Youngstrom, has created an inclusive environment for all students.
I love just seeing everyone so happy, win or lose, everyone's smiling. It's really about just feeling good, helping teammates.
The journey of inclusivity and the opportunity to meet new people drew in athletes Georgia and Nicholas to the team.
I love the inclusiveness. Unified Basketball brings the school, and getting to know all these kids that I don't get to have in my classes is honestly a joy.
I just love the meaning that team has for me is just being out there and just doing some exercise as well with fellow peers and just getting to know new people.
After a similarly positive experience in high school, running on the first unified track team in Marlborough, Massachusetts, Miss Youngstrom was inspired to begin the unified basketball team when she arrived at North 5 years ago. But starting a team from scratch wasn't as easy as she thought.
It was kind of a task to find all different students from around the school, especially being a new teacher. Coach Whalen also coaches, and he has some students, and I had some students that wanted to join.
In the 5 years since the program has begun at North, the team has grown from 9 players to 54 this year. Unified Basketball overall has been happy about the rise, but it has created some unexpected issues with the logistics of the team, as basketball teams are typically only about 17 people.
Right now, we're kind of in this limbo of, wow, we're so glad that this program has grown to be so big, but there's like a lot of students that need to get into a game. So I think eventually we might just have to break into 2 teams. And yeah, then we would need some more head coaches for that. But we don't know what the future holds, so.
More coaches and practice spaces have been provided as the team expands. Last year, the program was recognized by the Special Olympics of Massachusetts as a champion school, and with the support of the Newton North community, they are striving to become a banner school, a higher honor from the Special Olympics recognizing inclusion in all areas of the school. But at the team's forefront is having fun rather than focusing on awards.
Our students love when people are cheering in the stands, so they just absolutely love it. Some soak it in, like raise the crowd, you know. So that's really fun.
As the Unified basketball team continues to grow, there will be plenty more games, so make sure to stop by a Unified basketball game this fall or a Unified track meet this spring. For NNTV, this is Isabel Salgado.
Unified basketball's final game is Wednesday, November 16th at Cambridge Ridge and Latin. Be sure to support them as they wrap up their season. And if you're interested in getting involved with non-athletic Unified activities, be sure to check out Tiger Buddies, Newton North's Unified Club.
If you're searching for a fun place to grab lunch or hang out with friends, look no further than Machiko Hawaiian. Reporter Ruby Metcalf gives us an inside look into this newly opened Newtonville restaurant.
Serving anything from chicken sandwiches to bubble tea, Mochiko Hawaiian has instantly caught the interest and attention of anyone looking for a place to eat in Newtonville. During the pandemic, owners Michael Brunson and Sean Ross took charge of the business, turning the struggling kitchen into a bustling restaurant.
So we had a buddy who had 2 restaurants, and then during COVID, he quickly found himself with 1. And then his wife called me and said he's going to lose the last restaurant. And so we popped as a ghost kitchen in his failing business, and we were able to recover his business and continue operating.
Mochiko's opening was highly anticipated by many. While the owners deeply value their customers, pleasing them is not their first priority. Instead, they aim to create a happy and healthy work environment for their employees.
It's not a business for the consumer, and I know that may seem weird, but when you've been in this game as long as we have, truly we understand the value of happiness and a good work culture. So mental health plays a big part in this for us and our employees.
When opening a restaurant for the first time, success is less than guaranteed. 60% of restaurants close within their first year, and 80% shut down within their first 5 years. While these statistics seem scary to many, Michael and Sean's main goal with Mochiko Hawaiian is not to maintain a profitable business, but to foster an environment that allows them and their team to have fun while doing what they love.
We're going to do our best, and we'll look at it as a real business in the coming months and try to figure out ways to, make it work long term. Yeah. But for now, I think we're having fun. We take like food safety, we take like all these boring business stuff we take seriously, like our chicken game. We take the chicken game very serious. Besides that, we don't take ourselves serious.
Unlike earning a profit, creating a fun work environment is not always a goal on the owner's mind, but it is definitely on Michael's.
Who am I? You're the wizard. I'll tell you who I am, brother! I'm the wizard. You know what the wizard does? Woo! The wizard makes sandwiches, brother! The wizard makes the best sandwiches there is. You think you know what this restaurant's about? You have no idea!
If you haven't already, be sure to check out Mochiko Hawaiian for great food, great service, and a great time. For NNTV, this is Ruby Metcalf.
Michael and Sean sure do have a lot of fun making chicken.
This time of year is all about coming together. The people of Newton did just that and had a blast while doing it at the Upper Falls Village Day.
Reporter Josephine Singer went to the event and got the story.
1, 2, 1, 2.
October 2nd, Newton Upper Falls came together to host their annual Village Day
with rows of local artists, vendors, and businesses. Festival goes by products, discuss politics, and most importantly, enjoy time together while accompanied by live music and performances. Our first stop was the Caring Canine Therapy Dog booth.
We visit schools and hospitals, hospice, and nursing homes just to bring people smile and spread some happiness.
Carrying Canines wasn't the only table trying to spread joy.
I sell slime, and little kids can take slime or they can make their own. I've loved slime as like a little kid for a long time.
If slime isn't really your thing, there are plenty of tables with more traditional artists.
My company is HC Jewelry, and it's usually based online. And I make handmade jewelry. It's all crystals and stones.
How long does it take to make the individual pieces?
Well, I mean, I've had about like 2 years making them, so I've been adapting to like trying to make it in 10 minutes.
Next, I wanted to speak to some people attending the fair and see what made them want to go.
Can you tell me your name and why you're here?
Sure, I'm Leo Sarkissian, and my wife and I are here because we wanted to enjoy Newton. But we moved a few years ago, and then COVID hit, so we didn't, it was hard. And so this is really our first year.
We're performing today for Creative Steps.
Woo!
Yeah!
What kind of dance are you doing?
We have a jazz dance. But there are multiple dances today.
We're gonna watch the girls dance.
Yeah, we're gonna dance.
I'm so excited.
Oh, we have more people who need to learn how to do sword fighting.
It's great. It builds up, people get to know each other better, and it builds up civic pride. So love it, love it.
For NNTV, this is Josephine Singer.
I wish I could learn how to sword fight like that.
Stories are everywhere, and they're just waiting to be told. So if you've got a story idea, email us at newtonnorthtv@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram at newtonnorthtv. We'd love to hear from you.
That wraps up this episode of the NN Update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in a few weeks.